Morning guys, welcome to Tuesday morning, week 2 of Guildford City Fitness live stream for the Performance Squad. Hope you're all feeling good today. Some really cool times put up on the aerobic set from yesterday. Hopefully you're all starting to feel the progress already, even just in terms of feeling a bit fresher this morning than you were last Tuesday. Stick with it, don't forget to comment so we know that you're with us. For now, today's warm-up is number 2, so we're going with backstroke theme. We're going to start with 2 1-minute rounds of backstroke skipping. Make sure your warm-up area is clear, make sure you've got a drink with you, and if you need to know anything, ping a question into the comments and we can take care of it. So, backstroke skipping in 3, 2, 1, go. Just gotta figure out which one of these buttons is clicking. Did I play this game last week? Here we go. I might just travel the living room to make sure I don't wreck the carpet. Okay, halfway through first round.
Just have one worn down spot.
Yeah, make it fashionable. We'll flip the camera one day. Like next week we'll just film the car park.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, relax. 10 off, quick drink if you need it. Yeah, I've got to stop guzzling coffee because it's just jumping around. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. How many have we got?
We've got 25 and loads of people have signed in.
Cool, good job guys. If your ankles need a bit of a break, just pepper in some of the other variants as well. So you can always go backstroke and then just one normal in the middle. Just make sure you keep going alternate, front and back. You know, as long as you've got the rhythm to not mess up the steps. 10 seconds. And relax. Then you're going into squat to hip lift. I know it would have been handy, but you know I meant 6. So as low as you can, then into a hip lift. Feet outside, hip width apart. You'll be able to tell how much effort you put into the divers yesterday by how well this goes today. Just make sure whichever position you end up in, your back is flat. Just hold for as long as you think you need to. After squat to hip lift, you've then got 6 windmills. So start in a wide position, hands over your head. Hand down to outside your knee, left hand to right shin, and then come back into that Y. And slide your hand down your leg. Standing up in the middle is really important, guys, because it gives you a bit more of a dynamic stretch around your lower back. That's a good way to gauge progress. So 3 on each side. You should still get a bit of hamstring in there as well. Into streamline lunge. So you're going to try and make sure that you're not hooking your hands together. You're going to push them back naturally. So you're in streamline, but if you hook your thumb around the other hand, it makes it easier to pull to get range. It's more beneficial if you can start to earn that range by pulling back naturally. So 6 streamline lunges into 6 wall slides. So if I the setup like a wall sit, but hands up and down. It's a lot more challenging than a floor slide, but I just don't want to take my doorknob off. I can't get into the kitchen. So off the back of Ellen's talk yesterday, you can always add in a bit more pushy, like pushing, squeezing, contraction work here. If you hold the middle of each position and push your elbows down, so as you're sliding, hold each position, elbows down, into the floor, relax. So you got a little bit more activation as well as mobility. Then alternating shoulder rolls. I really mucked this one up last week, didn't I? So one hand backwards, one hand forwards. Make sure your thumbs are turned, so if you're going up in front, your thumb is turned in towards you. If it's going to go behind you, thumb to the outside. And then switch them over at the top. So 3, and then change direction. I've mucked that up. Right shoulder does not like that today. So it might seem like a small detail, but twisting your thumb and turning your hand will have a big impact on how your shoulder warms up. So make sure you've done equal amount on both sides, thumb down and thumb up. If you think you've got it wrong, just go with the normal one for now, see how that feels. And then 6 split jumps. So 3 in each position, left foot forward. I'm more worried about jump height. And 6, grab drinks. First part of the session is going to focus on upper body strength, or whole body strength, sorry. So you've got Spider-Man press up. This one's going to seem a little bit different. Up to you when you want to alternate. So if you've ever seen me do Spider-Man walks, you have to go elbow to knee, so left knee, left elbow. Like that. And then step forward. Like that. So you're going to go forwards and backwards with your hands. So you start with your left hand behind your right, move forward, and then your left goes above it. Pay attention to the video one more time. I might take more time to explain this one. So you start in Angry Cat, Happy Cat starting position. Put your right foot forward, like you're going to do Spider-Man lunge. Bring your right hand back to take care of your right side. And then if you take your knees off the ground, you're basically doing a staggered start push-up with your right knee forward. And then to move into the next position, you go up, take a step, and then you've switched. Have a go with that. If you need to send me videos, go for it. And left hamstring raise, no, that's tomorrow. Hollow hold, reverse plank, split squat, hold. So you're going to go hollow hold, again try and get your feet and shoulders as high as you can, hold that. Reverse plank, toes off the floor, hips up and squeeze. Split squat hold. Trying to stay here. Your knees close to the ground as you can without touching. So last 10 seconds, get a drink, and then we'll go. And 3, 2, 1, go. So it'd be tempting to go into normal push-ups if you can't figure out the Spider-Man ones. but it's going to put some pretty interesting demands on you in terms of stability and hip range of motion, which is why we put it in under a movement skill category. So try and commit to it. Try and keep your body as low to the ground as you can when you come up, and keep it flat the whole time. And relax, 10 seconds off. Into hollow hold. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, if you can't hold the hard one, take a couple of seconds off. Before you regress it, so after maybe 2 of those, then try and simplify it. 3, 2, 1, relax, reverse plank. 3, 2, 1, go. So really try and concentrate on the heaviest lift you've done. You've all been into the S&C suite, you've all done heavy work. It's a similar sensation, so you're trying to recruit as much muscle as you can. To do that, you've got to push your heel through the floor, drive your hips up, and keep your core tight. And then you've got another 10 seconds. Round one might feel like more of a warm-up. Just make sure you're comfortable with each position and the technique's right. Relax. Into split squat hold. 3, 2, 1, go. There's only 20 seconds on each side. By holding the bottom, you normally spend the least amount of time in this position. This is going to work wonders in terms of trying to develop your knee strength for all the running you're doing. It's going to be critical for making sure you stay healthy with a complete land training program. Relax. Switch over very quickly. Concentrate on breathing. If you start to struggle too much, just come up a little bit higher. The point is having that knee bend is going to put a lot of effort through your tendons. 2, 1, relax. 30 off. So the more concentrated effort we can put into the tendons instead of the muscle, the more you'll adapt to the running, healthier you'll be. That's why we're doing the split squat hold on a non-running day. So bear that in mind if you're trying to do extra work. Don't. We've written it the way we have for a reason. So Spider-Man press-ups again. Make sure you've had a drink. Three, 2, 1, go. So if you want, you can just do half and half. Take away the movement part. Make sure your elbows still try and point down and away from your wrists. If you look on this side, my left elbow pretty much goes down towards my foot. And then switch. Hands aren't that far separated. So pretty much my right hand is in line with the heel of my left. 2, 1, relax. So each push-up might not feel as hard as a regular, but the movement is what gives you the complexity. 2, 1, go. Hold the hold. So if streamline holds too hard, just concentrate on shoulders up off the floor. and prioritise having no gap between your lower back and the floor. Try not to hold your head so that you're lifting with your chin. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Reverse plank. In 3, 2, 1. Go. So you might have to adjust your hand position depending on how your arms feel. So if you feel like you've got quite a lot of stretch in your bicep, you might have to go a bit wider. Because if your arms are uncomfortable, it's going to restrict your hip range. So make sure your base of support is happy. And then you can concentrate on lifting your hips as high as you can. For another 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Relax. And split squat hold. 10 off. 3, 2, 1. Go. So foot position is still really important. If you go too far apart, it'll be much harder to hold that split. You know you've got it right if you really start to feel a lot of work being done around the muscle on the side of your knee there. As well as that, after doing the reverse plank, you should be able to get quite a lot of work done at your hips. Switch sides. So it's going to take quite a lot of self-awareness to know when your feet are split far apart enough, rather than just going for a big long split. If you split too long, you'll tilt your hips. That's going to affect your muscle activation. It's going to affect your posture. 2, 1, relax. Just make sure you're taking in a lot of breath. Control your breathing as you go through. Open the window if you need to. Keep doing that like it's sneaky, but they'll hear every time I say it.
Yeah, no, it's just my little hint.
Spider-Man press up to finish up part 1. One more round in 3, 2, 1, go. So one more time through the setup. Bring your left foot towards your left hand. Put your right hand out in front. Lift your back knee off the ground. And then do push-ups. Once you've done a couple of them, reset yourself back into 4-point standing and switch it. So left hand forward, right knee up, left knee off the ground. And then relax. 10 seconds of break and then back into hollow hold. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm not sure why this feels a lot harder than last week for me, but if you go hands and feet off the floor, shoulders up, as long as your body position and your pelvic control is 100% taken care of, you're going to start hitting the right muscles. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Reverse plank. In 3, 2, 1, go. You can concentrate on breathing and just pushing your hips as high as you can. If if you go toes up off the floor, so you don't have to be ridiculously up like that. Just a little bit of toe lift will get you a lot more from your hips. 3, oh, a little bit longer. 3, 2, 1, relax. Turn off into split squat hold to finish part 1. In 3, 2, 1, go. So the main things to work on: push your back foot and front heel into the ground. Concentrate on working those muscles around your knee and squeeze your back hip. Switch legs. So again, foot down through the floor, back foot into the floor. Concentrate on these muscles here and squeeze your left hip if your right foot's in front. 2, 1, relax. So break time before part 2 starts. Got some aerobic conditioning. So you've got mountain climbers, into lunge and high knee, into, I don't even need the phone for this. That's how much stock I've got in this session. So mountain climbers, if you can't hold them for the full 45, grab a table, go incline. Same principle as with the push-ups I told you about yesterday. If you incline, it's less of your body weight you're trying to support, but you can still keep your heart rate high, condition your hips, which again helps with running. So don't look at it as aerobic conditioning like it's like an on-the-spot run. It's also taking care of the muscles that you need to be in good nick to run well, so that your aerobic conditioning can be as good as it needs to be. Then star jumps or skipping. So exercise 3 is just some sort of skipping variation that keeps your heart rate held high. Then we finish off with burpees. It's like a big anaerobic burst to finish. It's going to challenge your ability to recover before the next round. Just as always, if you have to do less of them and balance more, so you can concentrate on keeping your pelvic, your postural stability there, then you've got to do that. So I guess it's stability and main control. Okay, so 10 more seconds before we get into it. Cushion for hands if you need it. Table for incline if you think you're going to need that, which I definitely am. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pace doesn't matter anywhere near as much as holding your lower back position. So if you can go faster, if you're back grounded, it's not going to condition the muscles that control your posture during this kind of work. So I'm doing this, but I'm more thinking about holding my belly button where it is, keeping my back stable there. 3, 2, 1, relax. Lunge into high knee. So start in standing position on one foot. 2, 1, go. So 20 on one side, then we switch. Make sure your return to standing is quicker than your reverse lunge back to the ground. Switch sides. So control, explode. Like coiling a spring. Try and get your back upright as well, rather than leaning. Relax. 10 off. Into your skipping. In 3, 2, 1, go. personal opinion, if you go for star jumps, it's a bit less demand on your ankle. So if you are feeling like your ankles are getting a bit tight, or if you're losing range of motion from all the running, or you're just feeling stiff, use your arms during the star jumps. It's probably the best way to keep your heart rate held high with the lowest strain on your body. 2, 1, relax, and burpees to finish the round. In 3, 2, 1, go. As big a jump as you can get. Foot to hand speed, last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. 30 off, back to the start. You're ready to go. Last chance for a drink. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, incline when you need to. Just getting focus on posture. Three, 2, 1, relax. Lunge at high knee. In 3, 2, 1, go. Start going for alternates if you start to tire out. So maybe go 3 on 1, then switch. Switch sides if you were sticking with 1. Three, 2, 1, relax. 10 off and skipping. Pin 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm thinking more about my arm height because of my t-shirt, but you like try and go hands over your head completely. About 5 seconds left. 2, 1, relax. 10 off into burpees. 3, 2, 1, go. more thinking about the jump height and sloppy reps. 10 seconds. 2, 1, relax. 30 off, one more round. So, mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure if you incline, the surface you're using is stable. If inclines get too much, just go for high knees. 15 seconds left. Five, 2, 1, relax. 10 off the lunge on my knee. 2, 1, go. So I'm going to regress to alternate each one. So you can make sure that every explosive lift is just that, it's explosive. So make sure as well those knee lifts don't come from the lower back at all. Switch if you didn't, if you're doing one side only. Two, 1, relax. 10 more off. Burpees to finish the session. In 3, 2, 1, go. About halfway, guys, keep it going. Fifteen seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Deep breaths. Maybe it's just me, but losing those 5 seconds in between each exercise really does start to rob you when it comes to the burpees. So if you did less reps than before, bear that in mind, that the session intensity is that little bit higher. It's going to have an impact on how you perform it if you're not ready. If you need to steal a few seconds here and there to ensure quality on each rep, that's fine. Just let us know if that's the case. So I'll call the timings for statics actually. After an aerobic one, you're better off standing up so you can breathe. So 3, 2, 1, go. This is 30 seconds. Make sure you can still squeeze your hips. And don't arch your back. So if you're tired, keep your hips and your stomach tucked in and switch sides. Then think about all the advice that Ellen gave you on the talk last night, which if you haven't watched, I strongly advise you do. It's got some really practical examples of how to include relax. Move on to hamstring. It's got some really good methods for how to implement all this sort of work that we've covered, whether it's in one-to-one conversations over the last few months, whether it's been briefly mentioned in these videos. She's given you an almost one-size-fits-all protocol to start implementing PNF stretching, which you have to do on top of static. So don't just switch one for the other. Make sure with hamstrings you're turning your knees in and out. And switch sides. So again, the reason I like the flossing one for hamstring is that they're quite good at holding tension. So if you go up onto this position, it doesn't really do a great deal. So you're better off planting everything and just lifting your leg high and turning it side to side, pulling yourself onto it. And relax. Hip stretch. Try and do pigeon. Or you can do single leg on and cross. So line your back, arms out to the side, one leg over the other. And then so if you go over to your right, use your right hand to manipulate your knee. And that'll affect whether you feel it in your lower back or the side of your hip. If you don't feel either, straighten your leg. So if you go from this into that, you've got more weight going this way, you can get a bigger stretch. Switch sides. Up and over. Think about whether there's a difference on each side. So one side might feel more limber, which means you have to pay even more attention during your warm-ups, whether it's bodyweight conditioning, whether it's aerobic, whether it's swimming, whether it's lifting. Okay, relax. Then into the lats. So another one for foam rolling that kind of marries up the two we've looked at. If you go hands on the roller like this, it's almost like your sit back. That means you can transition because you can just roll your hands away from you. It also makes it easier to get that squeeze in, so you can go up and away, and then try and shrug down and pull, switch off, roll away again, see if you get further. So here, push away to stretch, pull towards you and squeeze, relax with the headbutt on the ground, and then roll. And if you think you can get further, or it feels less tense, it's done something. So again, self-discovery and ownership, and then into chest. I'll cover chest again because I did normal last week. So, line your front, move the roller to go diagonal, so it's towards my chin and away from me.
Victor says Jordan is going all out.
Plus ultra, Victor. So arm movements are going to be your best friend in this position for everyone. So the more you manipulate your shoulder, shrugging it up and down, elbow down to the floor, kind of like IYT, W, especially W there. If you find, switch over, if you find that you can do some pretty extreme manipulation, if you have to, so if you start using it and you don't feel anything, try and increase the intensity and then back off again, because if you can feel something when you go back to the easy one, you know that you've managed to relax a little bit. So for example, if I'm here, maybe I don't feel that,
rock around, don't feel it, start going into some of this stuff. You lift your arm up, move it around, pull the roller into you, and then relax. And then go for the simple stuff again. That you're going to feel that a lot more. Because like Alan said, you've adapted to that stretch response, so your body trusts it, and you can get a lot more tissue manipulation done. That's all it is essentially. I'll tell you what, it is in fact a lot cheaper than getting a massage. More reliable too, because it's you responding to your feedback. You don't have to try and tell somebody else. Again, it's that inner voice, self-discovery. Yep, that's enough from me, I think, for that stuff. Challenges for today. I've been kind with this one. Your skills yesterday. I think I remember them by now, there's only 6. You've got plank challenge. So at some point before your weight training session, or at the end of it, whichever you want, just make sure it's consistent for last week. So whenever you did it then, do it at the same time today. Just see how long you can hold the forearm plank for, let us know. And no talks for you to watch tonight. So go away, enjoy your day, whether you're at college or working. And from everyone else at Guildford City, behind the scenes with me, thank you for watching. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.